Okay, a mostly quiet house, so it's go time, raw meditations. This time we're going to focus on a little bit of heart healing, but we'll start off in the usual way, really getting our grounding, our connection and our centering on point. So, let's close our eyes and just breathe naturally in and out. And after a few natural breath cycles, really notice that breath running up the back of your spine as you breathe in, up into your skull, and then dropping down from your skull, down your front line, down into your pelvis on the out breath. Nice, fluid, easy breaths. In, drawing it up the spine, up into the skull, feel it swirling around, and then out, letting it sink back down the front line, back down into your pelvis. And we'll just breathe naturally like this a few times, just noticing the flow of energy, cycling, feeling it get more refined, lighter, more pure, more potent with every cycle. And then on your next exhalation, I want you to feel it dropping down, either through your seat or through your feet, depending on whether you're standing or sitting, down into the ground, Mother Earth, however you'd like to visualize it, down, 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 as far as feels comfortable to you without forcing. And then as you breathe back in again, you're going to draw it back up your spine, all the way up into your skull, swirling around. You might even feel, if you've done the first couple of these, or if you've done this sort of breathing before, you might start to notice a bit of a slight vortexing pattern. Usually everything, when it moves, it vortexes, it spins one way or the other. So you might be starting to notice as this energy flows up and sinks down that it has a clockwise or an anti-clockwise spin on it as it's flowing, and that's all the better. So next exhalation, sinking down, 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 as far as you can, and when you feel that you've got the comfortable depth, anchor it in. You might be anchoring to something specific like a crystal or a feeling, or it might just be where it is. There's no wrong answer. So we'll breathe back up through the earth, feeling our energy cooled, cleaned and cleared back into our body, filtering all the way through our body, through our skull and back down again into the earth. And then on our next inhalation, we're going to breathe up that pillar, up our spine, through our body, out the top of our skull and out into space, the cosmos, whatever you'd like to call that. And just feel it rising, like mercury rising in a thermometer rather than pushing. Just feel it rise up and up like a cork rising up through the water to the top of a bucket. And when we find our natural height, we'll just stop. No forcing, no pushing. We feel it sink back down again, back through the top of our skull, down our front line, down into the ground, all the way down to its resting place. And then we're going to draw it back up from there, like liquid through a straw, back up your spine, out the top of your head and out into space. Really feel that connection above your head and that grounding and anchoring point below your feet. And as we're feeling this energy cycle, we're cycling these breaths around, we're going to pay particular attention to our spine this time. I'm going to feel just as if someone's stretching us, as if our tailbone is really anchored down to that anchor point below our feet. And that as we breathe in, the top of our head is getting lifted ever so slightly up towards the connection point in the sky. So you're going to feel a slight tension in your spine as it lengthens and the joints separate out. And Taoist healing A long and flexible spine means a long and flexible mind and a long and flexible life. So really feel all the spaces in between your spinal column. As you're breathing in and drawing that energy up from under your feet, really feel it filtering through the bones and through the spaces all the way up. Really nurturing, flooding, energizing out through the top of your head, and then you feel it sinking back down again. Now you can either keep this imagery going in the background or we can just let it fade. We're going to focus this time breathing in through our nose. We're going to be breathing in chi, prana, energy through our nose, but we're going to visualize the color red as we breathe in, bright, vibrant red, and we're going to breathe it into our heart. So in your next inhalation, you're going to breathe in red, vibrant, bright energy into your heart space. And you're just going to feel it swirl around in your heart space and really get into all the corners and the crevices. And then as you exhale, the red colour that comes back out is going to be slightly tainted, a little bit grey, a little bit muddy. I'm going to breathe that bright, vibrant red prana in again. Feel it swirling, mixing through our heart space, cleaning and clearing. And as we breathe out, feel a little bit cloudy, a little bit murky. That red's just a bit dull, not as bad as the first one. We're getting better every time. Breathe that bright, vibrant red energy into your heart space again, sparkling. Feel it swirling around, almost like it has bubbles in it, or flecks, flakes, specks. Really cleaning, clearing, freshening things up. And then as you breathe out all the stagnant energy, emotions, feelings, thoughts, it all just gets breathed back out again. And you can see and feel that red is slightly tainted. All that stuff that we don't need anymore. Okay, last time. Now we're going to breathe the bright, fresh, sparkling red prana into our heart. Feel it swirl, mix, clean, freshen, brighten. And as we breathe out, we just breathe out the last of any stagnant old thoughts, feelings, energy. And we just return now to natural breathing, noticing up and down our spine, connection beneath our feet and above our head. And while you're naturally breathing and noticing that flow up your spine and down your front, just look inwardly to your heart space now and see how it feels. Is it brighter? Does it feel lighter, more vibrant? And now as we're breathing up and down our spine, we might feel that the energy that's coming up from beneath our feet or down from the top of our head takes on a certain colour or a hue. It might be a gold colour or a silvery colour, perhaps platinum. There isn't a wrong answer here. Some good food for thought for later on is that pinkish and greenish colours are usually representing the father or a male principle. Aqua blue, or any shade of blue, but particularly aqua blue, is representing a mother principle. And gold or yellow is more the child principle. So if you've got any of those colours sort of standing out as that energy flows up and down, that might be something to look into. But like I said, there's no wrong answer here. You'll be guided to whatever is best for you in this moment. And as we draw up from under our feet and we feel that colour sparkling, bubbling, laughing, playing, running up through our body, getting in all the cracks, all the empty spaces in between, all the bits, flushing, refreshing, cleaning everything out. And then as it drops back down from the top of our head, back down through our body, just flushing away anything that needs moving back down into the earth. Really feel that colour doing its work. And feel it radiating through your whole body. Maybe even outside your skin, you can feel that colour, that light. You can either stay here with this breathing up and down for as long as you can manage or you have time for, or just let the imagery fade and return to normal breathing. Thank you for watching, and I hope that was helpful, and we'll keep it up. We'll move on to another organ and another colour for the next video. Okay, much love. See you soon.